Welcome back, everybody. Level M Diecast here. We're going to do a up-to-date video, and update videos are going to cover a model from its inception to the current day. And I wanted to start with something that's at least a heavy hitter for me. I hope you guys enjoy it too. I know there's a lot of fans of this car out there. I'm going to start with the 2007 Matchbox 911 GT3. This model debuted in 3 colors technically, 2 colors in the main line and 1 multi-pack. The first color here is a pearl white. Front and rear decos, phenomenal casting, just unbelievably good casting. I can't say enough good stuff about this casting. This is a golden modern era Matchbox model. It really doesn't get much better than this. And I'm not really sure, the stuff they're coming out with now, this current stuff, it's definitely going to be at this mark, no doubt. But it's really nice seeing where Matchbox was at this time. 14 years ago now. These are some pretty old models. We're going to move on to the next one here. So the second color of that year, these were both the main lines, the standard releases, both white and red. One thing you'll notice as we move through these models, nearly every single one has a license plate deco and taillight decos. I think that really is a big deal for this model. There's just a lot of real estate in the back end to not be used. There are some models that didn't get rear tampo, but they got front tampo, which is a good thing. But there are even some models that don't have front or rear tampos. So we'll move through those as we get through here. I'd say so far, I definitely like the red better than the white. Yeah, I mean, these wheels are so perfect. Until the most recent version with the 5 spokes, I mean, there was no other wheel to go on this car. But they proved us all wrong with the multi-packs, and we'll get to those. But arguably, the best of the release year, 2007, is the 10-pack exclusive. Now, when Matchbox used to do these exclusive 10-packs, they were fantastic. I mean, they were everything that you could want. This model just doesn't want to stay. You take all your release cars. Wow, having some issues, guys, here. You take your most wanted models of the year, put them all in an extra deco, throw them in a pack. Most everybody wants to collect first editions anyways. This was a really good idea. It's unfortunate that they went away from this and they no longer did exclusive 10-packs. Even an exclusive 9-pack nowadays would be great. But this model is extremely hard to find. That pack is extremely hard to find. If you find one of those packs sealed, be prepared to probably take out a mortgage on your house because they are expensive. So we're going to move up to 2008 now. Next year's main line. And hopefully this guy doesn't want to give me any issues here. I can't recall ever seeing a 911 GT3 in a forest green. But I'm sure it was an available color. And it doesn't really matter because this model looks great. The dark forest green is awesome. I like it. I like that it kind of brings a little bit of that classy flavor to it. I think if they'd have put a tan interior, it would have been very counterproductive to the race car roots of what it's purposed for. But they kept it with the gray interior, so it looks good. This interior also has a roll bar built into it, which is really nice. It's a very accurate model. They did a really, really, really good job on it. Definitely doesn't do... This was definitely a step back in color-wise, but that's okay. That's okay. But we did get a multi-pack that year as well in silver. Now, I really like the silver with the dark wheels. And you guys are more than welcome to decode that license plate. I'm sure it's been decoded a billion times. Throw it up on Google and they'll hook you up. This is a good deco. This is a good deco. This might be better than the yellow one. Actually, you know what? I will admit, this is up to this point, this is definitely my favorite one. Definitely my favorite one. Now, we're going to move on to 2009, where we got our first quote-unquote racing-like deco, I guess you could say, with the GT3 stripe on the side. Now, you'll notice this model does not get rear tampo printing at all. No license plate, no taillights, no nothing. And that was the sacrifice to get the stripe on the side. And, you know, that's really not that big a deal because we got the front tampo, and that's a little bit more important. But I still like it. The print on the wheel should have been a lot brighter, though, to match the stripe. But, you know, regardless, it still looks good. It's definitely better in person. It's a little dark on the video, but it's definitely better in person. We also got a multi-pack that year, too. This is in like a charcoal gray. This is not... this is much different than the silver, the last one. Okay. Again, you can decode the plate. This one definitely has a different vibe to it because of the chrome wheels versus the dark ones on the old one. I'm not a fan of chrome, but on 1/64 scale cars, especially Matchbox Hot Wheels, everything is chrome. It's just that's the foil print you get on there. We'll roll with it. It still looks good. It still looks good. You know, one thing I've noticed about these is apparently my little rotator is not exactly level, but maybe it's just the Porsches they want to take off. You know, they're fast. They're fast cars. They don't like to sit around. You know, don't want to interrupt their flow. All right, 2010. So we get to go back to the GT3 stripe on the side. Different color combination. I love the white and the blue. The white wheels and the white stripe. Perfect combination. Front tampo print and everything. Now, I would have loved to see the spoiler in white. That would have been perfect. I'm not really sure why they did in black. Maybe they had a bunch of them laying around. I don't know. It skipped an entire year. But I don't know. Maybe that's just what they were doing. I just, you know, to me, I just find it interesting that they chose black. It just does not match. However, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Unless you want to call Matchbox guys up and be like, yo, next time change it. All right. 2011. This was when Matchbox was going to start getting into a little bit of a rougher patch. I don't think this deco's bad. That 5-spoke looks good. I like the green. I like, you know, it's got a livery flavor to it. The black spoiler is perfectly fine with the tampo print on the side. However, this doesn't get any other front or rear tampo. And it just makes it look a little cheaper. Just a little cheaper. But I do like those foil print on the wheels. I think that really pops. It's a very different green than the rest of the car, though. Which is, you know, always something for us collectors to complain about, but it's small potatoes. You know, small potatoes. 2012. Just so you guys know, the premium versions or whatever I'm going to do at the end. We're just going to go through the mainline stuff right now. So 2012. We go back to that same racing deco stripe. However, we lose the front tampo print. Now, obviously, I'm from Denver. Blue and orange car. That's cool and all. Broncos, whatnot. But this just, it kind of lacked. This was kind of lacking. There wasn't a lot to it. I do like the orange wheels. It's a good match, the orange wheels and the orange stripe. But it was kind of it almost looks like an unfinished model. But there was actually a production run change. And move this guy to the side. They ran out of the orange wheels. And they released this with chrome wheels. This particular chrome wheel version that I found it at Gordman's, surprisingly, about a year after this model had originally debuted. And it was very limited numbers. I didn't even think I'd ever come across it, to be honest with you, and I was a little bummed out being a Porsche guy. But I got fortunate enough to come across it. I'm not sure what the secondary market calls for them. I'm not sure the availability. Obviously, I have one, so I'm not in the market for one anymore. But I can tell you that it is a very rare variation, and it's not common at all. And it's about as eye-popping as it gets. You can't miss it no matter what you do. 2013. Oop, sorry about that, guys. So 2013, I actually really, really like this deco. I like black, red, and gray. It's a very good combination of colors. They go well together. In this particular instance, I think the spoiler in black or gray would have been a better fit. But it's nice. You can definitely tell that this model was not really thoroughly thought through. They kind of threw that GT3 stripe on it like normal, and they're like, well, we need to kind of add something on there. And then they just threw the black and gray on there and called it a day. But it doesn't really matter. You know, in 2012, the rest of the models, the rest of the lineup were a little rough. This deco was definitely a gift, you can say, from 2012. That actually still looks like a racing car and stuff. So I can't complain about everything. And we're definitely, at least I'm definitely happy to have it. Now, in 2013, they totally redeemed themselves. This became my favorite version. The 5 spokes, orange chrome lip, front and rear decos, and the black spoiler is perfect. I mean, this is perfect. This is all redeeming for sure. This was definitely my favorite release at the time. And this was the first time that I really was like, yes, the 5 spokes are definitely better. You know, those green 5 spokes were rough, but this one was definitely the one I'm like, let's roll with this. Let's roll with this. This is good stuff. I mean, I think that just the effort of the lip on the wheels is probably the biggest issue. Now, we're going to cover some premium stuff. Since we're on the orange kick, we're going to throw in here. So this is the best of Matchbox. I believe this was 2014, 2015-ish, if I remember correctly. There was 2 releases. It was kind of a pain in the butt to find. Toys R Us had them. That's when Toys R Us was still popping. This was the first time that Matchbox had borrowed Rail Riders from Hot Wheels. I don't particularly like this Rail Rider. I believe this is the GT wheel. I'm not really sure what they call it, to be honest with you. But at the same time, anytime that you can put rubber tires on a 164, that's good for me. I'm happy with that. Spectre Flame paint, I mean, that's the best part about it. I do think that if it was a white lip on the wheel rather than chrome, it would have been a better look. But these were just, you know, your standard off-the-shelf Hot Wheels wheels. There's not a lot that could be done. But the Spectre Flame paint is definitely good stuff. Now, back in 2008, in the Superfast line, these were the smaller ones with the clear boxes, and they just sat on the shelf. They were not on a card. They were not pegged. There wasn't anything really special to these cars. Some of them had a little bit extra tampo print, but they weren't all that great. And it doesn't really matter because this has full front and rear tampos. It's just another release. It's another model to have. It's always a good thing, and always happy to have more models. But they also gave us the Superfast wheel version. Now, the Superfast wheel version on this particular car, the design of it looks good from the side profile, but the wheels are just not big enough to fill in the gap properly. And, you know, it's a little odd to see that, especially in the front. But, you know, wheel variations are always nice. I collect wheel variations. I love wheel variations. But not everybody wants to pursue those. And honestly, the D10's right there, way better wheel. Way better wheel. Now, we did the 60th anniversary. As far as deco design, this is my favorite one. For a couple of reasons. For one, it incorporates that awesome checkered flag GT3 logo on it, but it also has that GT3 logo on the fender, which is just amazing. Plus, we get front and rear tampos. The wheels are awesome offset. I like the orange spoiler. It's really, really nice. It's a really nice piece. I still like that previous orange version with the black wheels. At this point, that's still my favorite. Still my favorite for sure. The best thing about the 60th anniversary is the logo on there is very small, very inconspicuous. It's not in your face. It's not plastered all over the place. Very, very happy with that. Some of the other models had much bigger logos, much more prevalent, but they kept it to minimum on the Porsche, and I'm definitely happy about that. All right, now we're getting to the last two releases. This is the two multi-pack exclusives from last year, the 9-pack multi-pack exclusives. This is when they first changed to the all-metal spoiler. And frankly, this is a good thing in my opinion. I like having the solid color. It looks much better. I like the white wheels. It's kind of weird that there's no white on the car. It's just blue with white wheels. But I like it. I like it. It's almost like somebody threw those on their secondary, you know? So it's pretty cool. Now, this last version is definitely my all-time favorite version. Very last one they released in purple with black 5-spokes. This is one mean model. Purple, when I first heard about purple, I'm like, are you serious? But this is such a prevalent color for this car, and they knocked this out of the park. This is an awesome color. Awesome color. I mean, you just don't see purple used on hardly any Matchbox cars ever. And this is the best car to use purple on. And whoever decided to use purple, awesome. Those guys are awesome, because this is perfect. And it's so fitting that the very last version to come out is my favorite version. But really, I want to know, what's your guys' favorite version? Do you guys like them all? Do you not like any of them? You still looking for some? You missing some? Let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you like this or not. You know, I got tons of Matchbox. I definitely will be doing some more up-to-dates. Certain models, you know, you guys may request a model that I don't have everything. But I can still do an up-to-date for what I have. It would be more of a showcase, but we'll see. But make sure you subscribe. Make sure you come back. There's going to be a new video every single day, I promise. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to come back and enjoy your day.